Okay, so we're gonna show you our car. It takes 1 hour to get this all together. You might have to order some things on Amazon, but it could save your life.
It applies to anyone. It doesn't matter where you are. So I have my kit here, and don't make the mistake of calling this a first aid kit. What this is an emergency medical kit. Okay, so what I have here, this is what I have in the trunk of my car. Okay, I have this bag, which is actually a tool bag that I've repurposed. I have in here 2 of these IFAKs, the individual first aid kits. This is not just I cut myself and I need something. This is I need to stop massive hemorrhaging. I need to make sure the person is breathing. I need to make sure that circulation is happening. So what's in here is
But Paul,
things
you
like,
used to be an EMT, right?
yes,
Would you have to use this type of stuff all the time?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this is the
So
real
it's
stuff.
handy for anyone.
This is the real stuff, and this is, here is hemostatic gauze to stop the massive hemorrhaging. You've got the tubes in here that help you make sure that the person's airway is clear and breathing, and I have a tourniquet here to stop massive hemorrhaging. Okay, so I have 2 of these IFAKs in here. I also have in here a splint in the case of broken bones, and this one's super great because it rolls out and it pops in over the the broken appendage.
This could be very useful to people who like to camp and hike, though, right? So
As
not
well,
just
yeah,
that, right?
you sprain your ankle and you can't walk. This thing is super handy. It's really light. It's a
Right,
great
and
thing
they
to
can
have.
just put it in their backpack.
I have a series of these guys. These happen to be keychains, but these are actually mouth covers for if you need to give someone CPR.
Especially during COVID, you know.
Especially during
You
COVID.
can
So there's a
come-
couple of things on here, and things are easily within reach. I don't want to be digging for my gauze scissors. The stuff is hard to cut, so it's right there immediately. Okay, here's the one thing you need to know though. So this is in the trunk of my car. So it's a little, this is if I have time to go and plan and get things, okay? That's not always going to be the case. Sometimes I need to get out of my car and run.
I mean, I just heard this crazy story about this car that was in Miami Beach,
Yeah.
and the daughter and the mom were driving on the bridge, and then the car went into the water and they died.
Right.
That could have been prevented.
Could have been prevented. Okay, so we have a couple of things. One is this handy tool. And there's lots of variants of it out there, but this one is super handy because it has 2 things. One, it has a seatbelt cutter. In the event of an accident, you want to make sure that you can break free of your safety
Or if
restraint.
your car goes into a canal, right?
Or if your car goes
Or
into a
water.
canal, some way or another, you need to be able to break free. This is your safety belt cutter. The other thing that it has is this, and this is just a really sharp pointed metal hammer that can break these windows. These are double pane, super reinforced windows, and you're not really going to have a lot of success
Yeah.
breaking them, even with a blunt object. You need a special hammer like this that's going to actually be able to break it. And like I said, there are variants. There are some that have like a little clicking mechanism where you put it against the window, you click it, and it pops it out. You don't need to really worry about these kind of windows splintering back on anything on you, so you just have to be able to get out. Second thing that I have is right under my seat is I have another IFAK. I have another one of these things that has the tourniquet, the hemostatic
Right.
gauze, and all of those things in the event that I need to immediately grab my stuff and go help someone. So this, like I said, this is a little bit of shopping that you might want to do on Amazon or someplace.
At least have that tool,
at least have
right? I
these
mean,
things.
your car can go into a bridge, go into a canal, go
And
into
the,
anything.
and the stats are amazing on how fast you have to be able to react. So there are so many deaths that would have been avoidable if the people had been prepared within the few minutes that after any kind of incident occurs. EMS gets to you as soon as they can, but oftentimes it's too late, and you gotta have that preparation. The only other thing is that there are courses. You need to know how to use this stuff as well. It's so much worth your time to invest in any of these Red Cross courses, the first aid courses, the emergency med courses. They don't take long. You can do them in a half day.
Yep.
It's worth it to get a refresher if it's been a while since you took it, but it's the sort of thing that can save your life, save your family's life, save someone else's life.
So we invest
here's the-
1 week.
Sorry.
So we invest 1 week every 5 years on these courses,
We
and
do.
we do it as a family. I mean, you should show them too. That in my glove compartment, I have one of these, but it's small. And so that way, and I also have a little, so I have one here.
This is one of the other ones that I was saying. This is actually also a window cracker, but it has basically a little lever mechanism. You put it against the window, you pop it, and it breaks the window.
Yeah, so I have that too, right? Because, well, let's say Paul's getting out, but I'm in there too, right? I need to be able to quickly, he might be cutting the seatbelts off the kids, but I need to be quickly breaking glass. So you
Exactly.
need to have everyone participating in there. And like we have taught our kids, like, hey, if we break the glass and you're in water, you got to like swim out, swim out, swim out, and swim up. And so I think it's like getting everyone do scenario planning, right?
Right. The other part of being prepared, especially in a developing country, and if you're from the United States, is that you can't always get good ketchup. So the other thing that Esther keeps in the glove
This has nothing to
compartments
do.
is a little packet of Heinz ketchup.
We gotta add some humor. That's true.
It's really important. Because your French
My
fries,
ketchup is really important.
ketchup
I'm
is
sorry.
important.
I also have a little cute first aid kit for myself on my side. This one, you can buy these tiny ones too that you can keep in your purse, and it has everything you need.
Yeah.
Alcohol is. It's really good if you're going like anything, hiking, boating. We do a lot of boating, so we take everything with us. And honestly, that's applicable worldwide and the
No,
U.S.
absolutely.
because you're going to
Absolutely.
places like you need to have your stuff, and people can take a long time to get to you, especially if you're kayaking
Exactly.
or hiking or with no service. So that's I think that's everything of our emergency kit.
Yeah.
Hope it was helpful. This is very.
It's our emergency medical kit. There's another emergency kit, but that's our emergency medical kit.
It's a medical kit. That's true because we also have everything else standard you need in your car, right?
Right.
Car jack, things like that. And we also buy insurance, AAA, and we have actually an ambulance insurance in the Dominican Republic, a helicopter, so that if we get into any accident in the Dominican Republic, we have access to helicopter and we keep our cards in our glove compartment. Another thing I want to add though is that I have in there, if you want to show them, an emergency luggage tag, so that if everyone for some reason we're able to somehow get out or we're unconscious, we have this tag, and you kind of see that. We have this tag here and it has pictures of all of us so they know it's us, and I have my emergency contact number in there because not always they'll be able to find your wallet or anything, or they're just looking at the car, or maybe the car's empty because we have fled and we've escaped. They know who to call, like, hey, this car has been in an accident, this is who to reach. So I keep that handy there because you may escape but leave your car behind. Who knows? It's always good to have that so they know whose belongs more than just your registration. We also have a security booklet.
We also have this little security booklet. You can also find these. It's basically, it gives you the basics on how to use your emergency medical kit.
Exactly.
And then other things about how to avoid basically dangerous situations and how to react when that does happen to you. I'm not going to go into the detail about it now, but we keep it in our glove compartment. You're on a long drive, have your passenger read it, quiz the kids on it, talk about it. The more you have awareness of these things, the more prepared you're going to be if and when the moment
Exactly.
comes.
Just do it on your commute so it doesn't add much time. Yeah. Like we always tell our son is a big worrier. We just tell him, hey, it's not about, you're only worried if you're not prepared.
Right.
But if you're prepared, you're ready for action. Right.